Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We back again. We live, kids. So, guys, please like the live, comment, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Also, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. Today, we're just going to remind of ourselves of what happened in this court case, in this Mayo case, in this Mayo trial. What happened before that made us really doubt that the state has a tight case. We're going to specifically look at Mogane. Mogane was being questioned by Advocate Mgomezu, in fact, Mr. Mgomezu, right, about his appraisal, how he had approached the accused, and then what did he do? Was he able to translate that form that he was helping the accused to fill to Zulu? And he said yes, thinking that nobody's gonna go that route that Advocate Mgomezulu, Mr. Mgomezulu took. So let's just remind ourselves of what happened then, and then I'll react later. Let's go, guys.
Sorry?
I
don't know how many times I have to repeat this.
Samatomo, the Moody Cherry Tokoro Jaga, Gulechaka, Gulechaka Squaw, Kabala Castran, Kabala Cassus.
I told him his rights, and I said that I first told him in English, and I then reiterated in Tswana, and then I reiterated in Zulu again. Angazi ukuthi ngizoyiphina kanjani le nto ngamtshela amalungelo akhe, ngamtshela ngesingisi, ngase ngimtshela ngolukaMthaniya, ngesitswana, ngase ngimtshela ngolukaMthaniya.
And you further showed him the photo of the person. With the tattoos.
Whose picture are you referring to?
And the gold teeth.
Gold tooth.
Whom you alleged that it resembled accused number 2.
No, we did not show him anything. I disputed it.
So you took him.
Just pause there. We didn't show him anything. What did Gininda say? He showed him the picture and he told him that he looks like that guy on the picture. And then he even stood on that in court when he was being questioned just last week. He stood on that and said, yeah, it is my belief that he resembles that guy in the picture, in the identity. So now what is Mogane saying? Like, these are the things that always made us doubt the state. These are some of the things. Now, the main thing is coming, where Mogane is lying, blatantly lying, saying that he was able to translate the document to accused number 2, when indeed he did not. You will hear what he tries to do when they tell him now, do that, do whatever he was doing, just repeat it. He couldn't. Let's continue.
To the Pretoria North Police Station.
That is correct.
And now right to further explain to him.
He is lying again.
Police station.
When we arrived at the police station, must we explain some of
ke ile ka tšea buka ya 14A e le gore e na le nomoro ya ona mo.
I took the 14A book, which has a serial number. I just had not 14A in a number.
Ka mmeletša ditokelo tša gae gape ke šomišitše Sekgowa, Sezulu le Setswana.
I told him he's right again. I used the English language, Zulu language, and the Tswana language. Ngasemtshela amalungelo akhe, ngimtshela ngesingisi, nangesizulu, nangesitswana.
So yeah, can I have the SAP 14A? Can you have it, please, so that I can clarify something?
Oh, no, I think.
This guy can just lie. These guys, they have the balls to lie in court. It seems like they've
Yes,
done
I
it
have it.
All right.
numerous
Can you
times.
please read
Yeah, they've got
paragraph
experience
2C?
in this.
Paragraph 2C.
Here we have the right to be detained under conditions consonant with human dignity, which shall include at least the provision of adequate accommodation, nutrition, reading material, and medical treatment at state expenses.
Lapho-ke nelungelo lokuthi uvalelwe endaweni egcina isithunzi somuntu.
Can you explain it in Zulu?
Kuba ukakhona uyithalusa kasizulu.
Unamalungelo akuhlala endaweni le because niki mixala ka sesotho that's why ke ne ke bolela ka sesotho le sesole ngase.
Well, I was mixing Zulu and English, and when I was talking about this. Ngangixuba ngihlanganisa isiZulu nesingisi.
But he didn't say that. You remember when he started, he was very confident he did that. And he didn't even mention that he was mixing it up. He said he did it in English, he did it in Zulu, and even in Tswana. So what was happening there? These are just the main things that made us doubt the case that the state was putting across. Say, no, man. All these cops are not honest. Most of the time, they are found wandering. Mogane was found wandering on the fact that on that stop at Albertine, right? He was found wandering there. First of all, he said they went there to do some investigations, and then when the AVL came, he started now changing and said the car had some problems, and then they even used a bush mechanic. Somebody just coming off the street was able to open the police car and work on it. That's what he was trying to make us believe. And we all know that all police cars, nobody's touching that car to work on it unless they are contracted to that to the SAPS. This is what's happening. So let's continue, guys. Let's hear this episode, and then I'll drop my commentary below after.
All right. Which one maybe you can best read it in English and best translate it or interpret it in Zulu for us?
Kuyefikile kapha nango ibala kasisi mane nakhona gape lo ifetola lela ko siZulu.
Unalelungelo la kuthola umemeli wakho lo mthandayo kuthi or sikutholele lememeli lo uzobhadala estate uhulumeni and unamalungelo akuthula lento uzoyikhuluma izosebenzisa enkantolo mase ikhuluma.
You see, the thing about these guys, these cops that lied here, understand, they don't have that shyness. Like, they don't have that something that holds them back and say, no, man, you're going to embarrass yourself. Like, stop it. Just tell him you didn't translate this to this guy. You just, obviously you forced him. You can't really tell him that you forced him, but Don't go this route, trying to translate. Don't try to do it. But he tries. He tries. He really tries. And even when he's fumbling, he keeps on trying. They don't get tired to lie to us. I mean, this means that these people are used to just getting on the stand and raising their right hand and say, taking an oath, and then immediately after the oath, they proceed with distortion of truth. Like he's trying, but he can hear himself that he's failing, but he continues. That's the crazy part.
You are stammering.
That's why we get to like English, Sesotho, mixed languages. Zulu is not my mother tongue.
I am bound to stammer because that's why I actually said that I used all this language, English, Zulu, and Setswana, because Zulu is not exactly my mother tongue.
So I want to know this now. Since you used English, you used what? But because Zulu is not your mother tongue, but you were happy with arresting this guy based on that part of the web. You know that this guy probably doesn't fully understand this document or this process that we are embarking upon, but you're fine with it as long as you did what you did. Whether he is satisfied or he understood that, no problem with you. Now the court has to understand what you did. We have to understand that okay, you did that, you did your job, even though you did half the job. Now the guy who is suffering because of the half job that you did, we have to think nothing about it. We just have to accept that he's guilty because you are saying it. Even though we are seeing your dishonesty, we are unable to, like you are saying, we can't criticize you. Mogane, man, come on. These people are just pathetic, man. You see, as I'm saying, I was using English, but when you started, you was confident that no, I used Setswana, English, and Zulu. Let's go, guys.
Lolimi lolu akulona ulimi lwami lukamthaniya yikho-ke ngangisebenzisa zonke lezi limi fana isingisi nesitswana.
Mr. Mabena was a Zulu speaker.
Mabena bele motho wa ho bolela Sezulu akere.
Mutabele.
He spoke in Ndebele. Why couldn't we Ndebele?
But Sitebele is closer to Zulu.
See, Ndebele, see how feel Sezulu. Well, I can say that, but I can't really confirm because this is not my language. But I can't English to this concern.
Let's move on. On the
I just wanted to show you that part, guys. Mogane happily embarrassing himself. He didn't mind that he doesn't know this, and doing it will show that he doesn't really understand English. But he continued. Even when he came to that court, to that stand that day, not prepared for that question, not knowing that Mgomezu will come with that trick and say, okay, you said you translated, okay, let's hear it. He didn't know that this was going to happen. But that question came. And what did he do? Rather than backing out of it stubbornly, this is what they do. They are very stubborn when they are focused on something. He stubbornly tried to read that, tried to translate, and he knows he didn't do it. This is amazing, guys. Now that Zungu's father has come out, what's going to happen to all the times that Ratha was hell-bent on twisting information in court? What's going to happen to all the allegations that Kelinda was putting across, saying that Kaylee knew something about this. Now that we know, he was trying to pin the money part to accused number five's girlfriend. Now, what is it? Why is accused number five's girlfriend not in the affidavit that he proposed to the MPA in order to effect the arrest of these accused? Because he didn't acquire that woman's information, he was not able to get hold of her. So he decided, no, let me just leave this out. Let me just concentrate on trying to connect Kaylee and this accused. But we know that Stain's evidence and Ho's evidence, when it was compared to Pinky Vitelingham's data, right, Section 205s, there was a mismatch there. The numbers, the calls are the same. The calls, the numbers and the originated numbers are the same, but the problem is when it comes to the other party, it becomes this party in Pinky Vitelingham's, 205, Section 205. But when it comes to the Excel and the PDFs that the state mixed up and doctored and did whatever, there's a problem there. Now the accused numbers start appearing. Everything was just cooked. Nothing was just like no honest police work was done. Nothing. Because if you're just going to rely on accused number five's downloads from years ago, but yet he was not able to get the Section 205 of Mr. Thorpe, the person who has some light on what happened and was even called by the people from the house. You don't have the Section 205 of the people, some of the people in the house, because you felt like it was not important. And then you don't have all the facts together about the case, starting from the bottom. The fact that the house, the scene was trampled upon. There were things going in out of the scene, people going in and out of the scene. The police themselves, who came first to the scene, are not consistent with their stories. The statements that were done by the people in the house, not consistent. As Mr. Ramusipidi put it, they all provided generic descriptions of the suspect. Something that if I just put it on a newspaper, you can come with 50 people, even more than 100 people from South Africa who fit that description, that generic description. They never really got serious about honing in on displaying the criminal. And this story of what was happening in the house, when it gets told by Mapopola, this boy Togozizi, and this other boy, the crutches, Malala, right? When it gets told by them, that story gets really mixed up. It gets mixed up because sometimes they forget that they said that they went outside immediately as the second shot rang out. They forgot that there was somehow a fight. They include that fight when now you question him is when they said, okay, no, let me mention the fight now. Let me remember the fight. Or the fight was I took a crutch. She doesn't remember Mokopolo who took the crutch. And then this guy himself, this boy, Madlala, he doesn't really remember the time the crutches were taken from him. And you could ask yourself, this guy is claiming that he is Senzo's friend. But the problem is, if you're Senzo's true friend, you would have tried really something. You would have see what this guy is doing. Absalom Zungu. He's not related anyhow to Senzo. He didn't even know him. He admitted, but he was able to, after some time thinking about it, he said, no, this doesn't sit well with my conscience. Right. But the guy who was benefiting from sins, like they are not good. They are not no good. Like they are of no value at this point to him. Anyway, guys, I didn't want to take too much of your time. Thank you guys for just checking out the live. I wanted to just remind you of the funny things that were happening in this court that really made us doubt. The state never really brought anything like really concrete that told us, here, no, man, we have this. This is tight evidence. It is believable evidence. They tried to pin these guys towards around the scene during the time of the like the event, but we all know that Pinky Vitalingam's records indicate that these guys were somewhere in the Joburg CBD around the time, so it doesn't fit. They tried to bring the head, and what's funny enough is Grinda says accused number 4 also touched the head, right? But now, remember in the statement what was said by the head. The head, they said it fell from the shooter. They were specific about the head, who it fell from. So how did now accused number 4 also touch that one and transfer this DNA to that? And then why is accused number 3's DNA not there? Why is Gininda trying to pin 3 regions of DNA to accused number 3 or 4 and 5, while the DNA expert is telling us that DNA doesn't work like that? You have to be included in all regions in order for us to definitely say this is yours, or else you are excluded. But they don't want to take it. Even Rato was on his toes fighting with the DNA expert, trying to convince him that no, it's inconclusive. What? But the DNA expert didn't want to go that route. So, guys, we know that the evidence is cooked. The witnesses are coached. Some money was paid to some people, but now we're wondering where's that money? Is there still some of those faucets, those taps of money? Are they still, spewing some money, or are the faucets dry? Are the taps dry now? We don't know, but it seems like they are dry, since even the promises are dry, because we heard that Zungu Junior is pissed off because he didn't get what he was promised, and it doesn't really look like Kininda has been giving people what he promised them throughout his promises, starting from that 3 million and what and all that. He never really kept his promise. Even in that one of Lipondo case, he never really kept that. He's just used to tricking you into signing yourself into jail, and then when you're in jail, he knows there's nothing you really can do. You are in jail. There's nothing you can do. Anyway, guy, and when you come back from jail, you are on suspension and things like that. You touch him, or you do anything to indicate that you are going against them, go back. You go back to jail. So anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. It wasn't such a long life. I just wanted to show you some of the things that made us really doubt the state's case. It was just starting from the very first Mr. Thabo Musia. When he testified, we had doubts. Anyway, guys, thank you for popping in. Thank you, Gushas. Thank you for checking out the live, guys. Thank you for those 20 people who didn't comment. Anyway, peace, guys. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate your time. Peace. Till the next one. We out.